I always tell everybody, I don't go in there looking for the knockout. I go looking for the win. But if he get out of line, he's going to be the next one down.
Terence Crawford, he has definitely gone under the radar. 4-weight world champion, 41-0, 31 knockouts. A southpaw who's got IQ and speed and craft. I think it's a fabulously interesting matchup.
Great fight. The reason I have so much confidence is because I really believe that Bud Crawford doesn't fear Canelo Álvarez. A lot of his opponents.
Terence Crawford exploded at Canelo Álvarez during a heated press conference. He made it clear that while he always intends to win strictly inside the ring, if Canelo shows disrespect or steps out of line, things could get personal. Crawford's fiery words displayed his intensity and determination, proving he's ready for the fight both mentally and physically, leaving no doubt about his confidence.
You a there is stuff. You a see you a you a hold talking to let Aaron you a because you keep talking like a you doing all that talking. That's how you doing all that talking. You can't be always talking. I come back. Real don't talk, and you talking too much. This you want some attention. Some icon right here. This is gonna be legendary right here. Female ass. See y'all tuning in. This is a legendary old school fight. Get out some attention. Put the camera on him because that's what he's doing. Showing out like a female. Let him finish, bud. Go ahead, EJ. Yeah, all right.
Trainer Greg Hackett has been vocal about Terence Crawford's the ability to overcome Canelo Álvarez, a belief rooted in Crawford's fearless nature inside and outside the ring. According to Hackett, Crawford never approaches fights with hesitation or intimidation, which separates him in a division where many opponents crumble before Canelo's presence. Hackett insists Crawford's self-belief isn't arrogance, but the product of discipline, victories, and adaptability. Confidence, Hackett says, is a fighter's strongest weapon, and Crawford carries it into every contest. Facing one of boxing's pound-for-pound best requires extreme mental resilience, and Hackett is convinced Crawford has that in abundance. For him, this isn't an uphill battle, it's another opportunity for Crawford to prove he thrives under pressure.
Canelo, they taking Crawford. You got people that was taking Crawford, they taking Canelo.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
It should be that way because we talking about a great fight here. We talking about two great athletes. So when it's like this, it's better for the betting. You know what I mean? All the people that like to bet, it's better for them. You know what I mean? Because nobody knows where the money going to land. The reason I have so much confidence in this fight, you know, thinking that it's going to be a great fight, the reason I have so much confidence because I really believe that Bud Crawford doesn't fear Canelo Álvarez. A lot of his opponents in the past were nervous, scared from the beginning. I don't think Bud feel that way at all. I think we can get a good rumble on our hands. You know what I mean? It's just gonna come down to the big question for Bud is can he take the shot? You know what I'm saying? The question I think for Canelo is does he get old? I say that for a reason. He got a lot of fights, bro. I think he going on almost 70 fights. You know what I'm saying? Or he a little bit under 70. That's a lot of fights for current time. You know what I'm saying? And Bud got a lot of gas still left, but he's older as well. You know what I mean? A lot of people would like to give him shit for not being able to take a shot or not that he didn't take the shot, but getting buzzed with some shots at lower weight classes. So it's like, how can he handle himself at 168 pounds? But you have to understand the physical to understand how. You know what I mean? I'm not about to get into all of that, but you know what I mean? I do understand he will be a lot more sturdy at 68. I mean, if you smart, you've seen it at 47 versus Earl Spence.
Respected commentator Adam Smith describes the potential clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Álvarez as a monumental step up for Crawford, but one that's absolutely winnable. Smith highlights Crawford's elite boxing IQ, his ability to adapt to rhythm and exploit weaknesses with surgical precision. He points to Bud's speed as a critical asset, especially since Canelo's defensive style can leave openings that a quick, intelligent fighter might exploit. Smith predicts the fight could ultimately come down to points, with Crawford outthinking and outmaneuvering Canelo for 12 rounds. He calls it one of the most thrilling potential contests in recent years, with both men pushing each other to their physical and mental limits. For Smith, a Crawford decision win isn't far-fetched at all. It's the essence of boxing: skill, strategy, and intelligence.
September the 13th, it's billed as fight of the century. I do feel as though this one, for such an unbelievably good fight, the prospect of, it has gone under the radar a bit. We've spoken more about fights that are not even.
Remember
fixed.
Eubank Ben? I mean, how much you spoke about?
No,
that?
I love that fight. Though.
Yeah, but compared to these two guys,
Yeah, that's 'cause we had it.
But that's in Britain. That's prime time here. It's the football casuals. I think the problem with this fight is it is just a fabulous boxing matchup and one with all sorts of curiosity between two superstars. The Ring magazine's dedicated the entire magazine, but this is boxing. It's hardcore boxing. I think Canelo is known. I think Canelo, obviously the Mexican machismo that holds all the super middleweight titles, nearly 70-odd fights. He's been phenomenal. I think he's 35 now. But for Terence Crawford, he has definitely gone under the radar. 4-weight world champion, 41-0, 31 knockouts. A southpaw who's got IQ and speed and craft. I think it's a fabulously interesting matchup, the two of them, because you've got the big guy, the strong super middleweight, really, really cultured, wonderful fighter in Canelo. But is he just slightly, ever so slightly, fine margins past his peak? And you've got Crawford, who needs this fight as his coming out party. The big news, it's on Netflix, so he'll get the attention. Can Crawford do it? It's a huge step again in weights, but I think he's got the speed, and I think he's got the know-how, I'm sure we'll talk about it more next week, to cause problems for Canelo, and I think that he could win it on points.
INTR via W8 Oladipo offers a more skeptical perspective, arguing that while the fight has drawn massive attention, it lacks the natural intrigue of other high-profile matchups, such as Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. According to Oladipo, Crawford versus Canelo doesn't have the same balance of competitiveness or unpredictability. He points to the natural weight difference and expectations that heavily favor Canelo. In contrast, Usyk versus Dubois brought genuine suspense and a clash of contrasting styles. To Oladipo, the excitement for Crawford versus Canelo feels manufactured, more by promotion than by the matchup itself.
Like, you know, it's been billed as the biggest fight of the century. Some are saying the biggest fight of all time. Let's calm down, people. Let's breathe a little bit. It's a big fight. But it doesn't quite feel like those things. It doesn't feel like the biggest fight of the century. Like, this doesn't feel like, and maybe because I work these events, so it's slightly different, but this doesn't feel like Usyk Fury, for example. It doesn't feel like that at all. That felt like, oh my God, this is going to happen. Undisputed heavyweight title fight. Remember, this is an undisputed super middleweight title fight. It just feels a bit lacking of something. Like, I can't believe that Max Kellerman is now part of this. And again, for nostalgia, we haven't got a Max Kellerman face-off. Like, how Canelo speaks great English now. How we haven't got that? Just to kind of give it a bit of spice, because Canelo, with his English, it's like he's only learnt the bad words. He does chat a lot of shit. So I almost feel like we should have done that. Maybe because it's on Netflix, it hasn't got a bit of a push from ESPN. Obviously, there's no DAZN stuff, obviously, because DAZN are not covering it. I feel like it's lacking something. Like, maybe because both of them don't trash talk either. Because when I think of the biggest fights of the last sort of 15, 20 years, you've always had one side of the fight, or one side is a big trash talker. In some instances, two. The biggest fights, again, Usyk Fury. Fury was happy to do all the trash talking. Sold it. Event went massive. Mayweather Pacquiao. Mayweather is happy to do all that, right? Mayweather McGregor. Hence why that went just colossal, because you got two of the biggest trash talkers ever doing it. This time, Canelo ain't saying anything. Crawford ain't saying anything. Feels a bit flat. Feels a little bit flat.
Promoters have gone Elon, branding Crawford versus Canelo as the fight of the century. With Netflix driving the hype through behind-the-scenes access, documentaries, press conferences, and global marketing, the event has reached far beyond boxing's traditional fan base. The strategy blurs the line between sport and entertainment, elevating this fight into a cultural spectacle that rivals the biggest crossover events in history.
I'm holding you to the standard you said. They're tagging this the fight of the century, colossal, super fight, Netflix, Dana White, right? So now we got to look at it. You can't tell me something. See, I'm not the type of person where you could pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. If that's you and you're going to let somebody urinate on your leg and tell you it's raining, that's on you. But I don't do that. I'm a critical thinker, and I'm not just going to listen to what you tell me and see if the facts don't support that, right? So if this is the fight of the century, let's look at it. Boxing tickets, Canelo versus Crawford, right? Since August 29th, tickets listed $2,566 value, $7 million plus worth of tickets. Hey, bro, $7 million worth of tickets.
Analyst Al Bernstein takes a candid view, arguing this isn't the fight hardcore fans were truly waiting for. According to Bernstein, the demand wasn't organic. Fans were more interested in seeing Crawford face names in his natural division, or Canelo face challenges closer to his weight. He stresses that while the fight has appeal on paper, it lacks the organic rivalry or storyline that turns a matchup into a genuine super fight. To him, the buzz is a product of brilliant promotion rather than authentic demand. Bernstein's perspective echoes a common criticism. This is more of a marketing creation than a fight. The sport itself truly.
To have these two level of fighters meet, where does this rank at?
I think it's one of those fights that, the interesting thing is, it wasn't as if every boxing fan said, boy, I can't wait to see Canelo fight Terence Crawford. In other words, it wasn't one of those fights. Like, there were more boxing fans that said, gee, I'd like to see Canelo fight David Benavidez. But having said that, I mean, among the hardcore boxing fans.
For sure.
Having said that, what they did, and this happens sometimes in boxing, they come up with a matchup that wasn't on everybody's mind, but kind of makes sense. And the proof is in the pudding. If you do one of those kind of matches and the interest is not there, you're going to find that out.
For sure.
In this case, obviously the interest was there because they've sold. I mean, I went online and looked at the the ticket sales and everything, and they've sold. Looks like they've already sold 40,000 seats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I believe they'll sell it out.
Left in Allegiant Stadium. So that alone is an indicator. The amount of attention and coverage the fight has gotten, and this is one of those fights that will also have a good barometer as we get closer to the fight. How much is the mainstream sports media covering the fight?
Yeah.
You know, it used to be in the old days, big fights were covered all the time by the mainstream sports media, not so much in recent years. And so that's always a barometer of whether it, really is as big as we think. As far as the actual matchup is concerned, when it was originally announced, I thought they were going to have a hard sell in convincing people that Crawford could come up 2 weight classes and take on a 168-pounder because he already moved up.
Many fans share a similar view. They believe the fight will draw a massive audience, but not because it was ever demanded. The size and weight gap heavily favor Canelo Álvarez, making many fear the outcome is too predictable. That's where the intrigue lies. If Terence Crawford shocks the world and pulls off the upset, it will go down as one of boxing's greatest triumphs, a moment where skill overcame size. But if Canelo wins as expected, the fight risks being dismissed as inevitable. The tension between hope and expectation is what fuels this matchup. Can Crawford defy the odds, or will Canelo prove too big, too strong, and too experienced?